Today I wanted to come to you and talk to you about building wealth, creating wealth and building wealth. Well, I get a lot of people coming to me because I do one-on-one coaching for real estate investing, and I do my group classes, my virtual mastermind, and a lot of people are very interested in creating wealth. But I have to screen a lot of people. When I'm screening people, the common thing that I see is there's a lot of people that are trying to create wealth quickly. Now, can you get rich quick? Yes and no. I mean, if you're somebody like a Mark Zuckerberg or whoever that can spend a couple of years and really craft their trade and put something out there in the world that changes how we view the world and a different perspective and lens, yes, you convince something like that, that is going to get you a lot of money quick. But for the average person like you and I, it takes time. Well, what do you mean? Well, it took me 10 years to make my first million. It took me another 3 years to make another million, and then therefore and so on. So what I'm trying to say to you is it's not quick. It's damn sure not easy. But once you start making more money along the way, your network enhances, the people you're around, the atmosphere, your environment changes, so it becomes easier to create wealth. But at the same time, there's no get rich quick scheme. So here's how you can create wealth quicker than most people. Let me start off with this. Find somebody that you look up to that is in a place that you want to be. So let's just say you're in real estate. Whether you're in real estate or not, we're going to pretend like you are, or you want to be. And in residential real estate, this is where you want to go. So you want to find somebody who has gotten to the place that you want to go. And maybe it's flipping a lot of houses. Well, find somebody like me or anybody else in your area, in your city, your local area, that can teach you that. Whether they're paid mentors or coaches or they're not, find somebody who is successful that's willing to give you time. And then here's another thing. If they're not willing to give you free time, pay them. The more that a person of affluence sees that you want their information and you're willing to pay them and they're sincere about giving you the goods, that's somebody you want to pay. So another thing is you need to read more books. You know, some of my greatest mentors are Tim Ferriss or Bill Gates or Steve Jobs or anybody and everybody. I read a lot of books and I try to make an effort of reading 50 to 100 books a year. You know, you can do that through audiobook, you can do that through a paperback or a hardback book, reading, you know, just read, just listen. Always be surrounding yourself with mentors that you can't get around, but you can get inside their head through their platforms. And then also, instead of music, which I love music, but I'm very rarely listening to music. I'm always listening to an audiobook if I'm driving, or I'm listening to a podcast. So when I'm listening to a podcast, I get to hear the mindsets of the people that are interviewing, as well as the people that are being the interviewee. I get to hear these high-level achievers learn more, and I become more through the lessons that I'm learning, you know, from hearing them. So that's another proponent. Another thing is delay your gratification. As you start making money, you don't need to go spend your money. If you make $100,000 next year, don't go spend $99,000 in luxury goods, a new house, a new car. Delay your gratification. Put a lot of that money back in your bank account, you know, for savings. Put a lot of that money back in your bank account for operating costs to grow your business, whatever trade you have gotten good at. Spend a little money along the way. I am a proponent of Dave Ramsey for the average person that wants a job, that wants to work the 9 to 5. But for an entrepreneur like me, I don't condone what he's teaching because I'm not going to go without my Starbucks coffee. I enjoy living life a little bit, and sometimes I feel like I deserve a splurge. So I'm willing to do that. But what I'm not willing to do is, just because I've got, let's say, you know, $250,000 in the bank, doesn't mean I'm going to go buy a $100,000 vehicle. No, I'm gonna drive my little Infinity car, or a Ford, or whatever I'm driving. Or let's say you have $1 million in your bank account. Are you gonna go buy a home cash? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not saying cash one way or the other is the right way or wrong way. Score to you. But am I gonna go buy a $900,000 home cash and only leave $100,000 in my bank because I have to have the big house? No. I'm going to delay my gratification. I'm going to compound my wealth as I'm growing it. I'm going to let it save. I'm going to earn interest. I'm going to put it in alternative investments. I'm going to put it in the market, and I'm going to grow that wealth. I'm going to steward my wealth, and then I'm going to grow my business and my skill set. And then year in, as year in and year out comes in and out, now you're growing. You're growing internally, you're growing financially, and you're becoming wealthy. Your wealth is compounded over time, and now you can live like nobody else lives. So this is how you do it. So I hope this helps. If it helps, subscribe to REI Society podcast. If it helps, watch me on Instagram, comment in the messages. Just let us know let us know you love this kind of stuff, and we'll put on more content to serve you. Thank you.